Hello guys, welcome to HTML5 course. In this tutorial we're going to, in this section we're going to make a submenu bar as a drop down menu bar. For this one we can create a file by VS Code editor. At the first we should make a folder. For making a folder we should open a folder and select its location. For example, we are going to make a folder by the name of inside the taskbar desktop. We can create a folder by the name of drop-down menu, drop-down menu, and can select open this one. So for this one, just select this one, and inside this folder we can create a file by the name of index.html, and the second file by the name of style.css, and for this script file by the name of JavaScript. For this one we can create a file by the name of script.js. So inside the index.html, at the first we should make a folder which all of a picture and PNG format and image as PNG format should be saved inside this folder. For this one we can go ahead inside the folder, make a folder, and inside this folder, desktop folder as a drop-down menu, and we can save all our profile image or other image we can save inside it. So we should go ahead inside the HTML. Inside the index.html we can the basic codes as a tag type. We can call this by the name of drop-down menu, bar, and we can link this file with the CSS file by the name of style.css, like this. So inside the body element we should make a div element by the name of hero. For this one we can make a div element by the name of hero, and inside this element we can make a nav bar. For this one we can write a nav element. Inside this nav we just add the image by the img element, sources equal img is for folder name, and we can add its for the first we are going to make a logo. For this one we can add logo by it as PNG format, and class we should introduce this logo by the name of class is equal this class should be introduced to logo as its name. So now inside under this element we can make a list. For this one we can write down UL element, and inside this UL element we just make this li, and a tag element. Inside this we can write down the number, which is equal number. Inside this we can write down, for example, home. We can duplicate this one. Second file we can call this one by the name service, and the third one we can call this one by the name of course, and last one we can call this one online course. No matter which one, what name you can put for this one, for by the name for online course, like this. So now inside this div element, under this UL element, we can add some image for this one. We can have got this img element for this one. Img image is then folder name. We can add a picture by the name of user. It's a profile user, and we can write down class for this one. Class should be equal user big by this, and we've got the on click should be toggle menu. We would talk about this in the next. So now we should go ahead and write a second element as a div element by the name of submenu. We have covered it is navbar. We should go ahead and make a second navbar. Is the submenu bar. For this one, we just add this div element by the name of dot sub hyphen menu hyphen wrap for this one, and inside this we just make a sub menu. We can write down dot sub hyphen menu and second div element. I've got user info for this one. You can write down user and info like this div element, and inside this we can add some image and titles and span element. For this one we just can write down p tag element. For p tag element we can write down, for example, profile content or profile. We can call this one, and can add some image for Python. The first before this p tag element we should add this img picture as img element. Source should be equal image is the folder name. We can add picture as a PG format like this for this one. So now we should write inside the submenu wrap. For this one, id should be equal submenu like this one. So now we should call this one as profile, and we have got this p tag element as profile part, and now we should separate this profile from other title. But for this one we can write an hr element. So under this hr element we can write an e-tag element, and for this one href is number, and inside this div element we can make a second submenu. For this one we can enter inside this. We should write inside here class should be equal to submenu submenu hyphen link like this one, and inside this we can add some image which have equal name image. Inside we can call this title by the name of as png format. We can add some and picture as png format for this one, and p tag element. For this one we can write an h3 element, and for this one we can write an sign. we have got big element, and we should make a span element. For this one we can run a span. Inside it we can draw tag element. There's a tag, we can add this tag, and we can copy this one and paste inside the second, the third one. So the second one, we can call this one, we can call the second one by the name sign out. So hyphen out, and for this one we can call this one log out. So we should go ahead inside the script. For this one we can add a script element. Inside this script we can write down let submenu hyphen menu. For this one is equal document should be dot get element by id, and inside the bracket we can set up quotation, we can write down or copy and paste the submenu. We have got this submenu inside this development, and we can copy this one, this submenu, and we can paste inside this, and then this code should be, and then enter. Function should be toggle menu, open the bracket, after that open the set. Inside the set submenu dot class list dot toggle inside the bracket, inside the quotation we can write down open menu. For this one, open hyphen menu. It is a script we just make for this one, should be translated and should be transferred inside and we can design it by CSS file. So we should go ahead inside the CSS file and design this one by CSS file. You can design the HTML file by CSS file. So let's get start and design it by CSS file. For this one, for start we have got padding. For this one we can take 0, and for margin 0. For font family should be for box size we can select design. For nav we have got the nav bar for this one, and for background we can which should be 100%. I think this place should be 10 and 10%. For display should be flex. For align item should be center, and for justify content should be space between, and position should be this one. So I've got the logo for this one. We can copy this one, and for dot logo open the set, which should be 120 pixel for this one. And we have got dot user for this one we can select width should be 70 pixel for, and border radius should be 50%, and cursor should be pointer, and margin left should be 10%. On the left this space we have got nav ul, open the set, which should be 100% for this one, and text align should be center for, and we have got the nav ULLI, and the set for this one color should be this color, and text decoration should be none for this one, and we have got the nav ULLIA for this one, and margin should be this one 10 pixel and 20 pixel for this one for nav ULLI. Now we should design this sub menu wrap. For this one we have got the sub menu wrap inside here. We can copy this one and come to the CSS file. For this one we can write dot sub menu wrap. For this one open the set, position should be relative, and excuse me, for this one position should be absolute, and top space should be 100% for, right should be 10% for this one, and width should be 320 pixel for this one. Max height should be 0 pixel for, and overflow should be heading, and transition for this one we can select transition, max height should be 0.8 second for this overflow for transition of this sub menu. Now should go ahead and type dot sub menu. For this one we can copy, I've got sub menu inside HTML file. We can copy this one and come to the HTML file, can open the set. For this one can select background color for, background should be line gradient, this color. For padding space we can set 3 pixel for this one, and for margin of this one we can select 5 pixel for margin space, and for border radius we can select around 30 pixel to change to rectangle for this one. And go ahead, we have got sub menus, open menu. For this one we can copy this one sub menu and can press here, and dot open menu. I have got open menu inside the CSS file, HTML file. For this one we can copy this open menu and come to CSS file, dot open menu, open the set. For this one max height should be 14 pixel, 400 pixel for this one, and border radius should be 10%, and transition you can select the transition for this one, all 0.6 second for this one. So go ahead, and we've got the submenu user info for this one. We can dot user info. I've got inside the HTML file for this one. We can copy this user info and can paste, open the set for this one. Display should be flex and alignment time should be center for this one. So we can copy this one, user info dot control h3. We can open the set for this one. For h3 we should select font size. For this one, font width should be 500 for this one, and we can go ahead inside and write user info img. We have got img inside the HTML file for this one, user info, and we can design this picture, this profile picture. For this one, we can open set for img. Width should be 60 pixel for this one, and border radius should be 50%, and margin from left space should be 15 pixel for this one. So we can go ahead and write the submenu hr. We have got the submenu. Should copy this one, submenu, open this it. I've got hr. For hr, border should be 0, and the height should be for this one the 1 pixel for this, and the width should be for this this line, underline should be 100%. Get width size and background is for this one. We should select this RGB in color, and this bracket 241, 133, and 100, like this. So we can go ahead and we can write down submenu link. For this one, we have got submenu link inside the HTML file. We should design this submenu. Should copy this one and come to the CSS file. Dot open the set. For this one, display should be flex, and align item should be center. Text decoration should be none. Color, for this its colors, you can select this color 525252, and its margin from the top and left. You can select this space 12 pixel from the top and 0 pixel from the bottom of this, and can go ahead and inside you can copy this TP. For this one, we have got p tag. Open the set. For this one, width should be 100% for this one, and can go ahead paste the submenu link. For this one, we should design this img. For this profile picture, we can select its width should be 40 pixel for this one, and background color should this color. For border and border color and padding space, we can select this pixel, and for margin right we can select this pixel for margin from space from the right side, for this. So now we can design this submenu hover dot submenu. We have got the span for this one. Span, open the set for this one. Font size should be this size, 22 pixel for this one, and the transition should be transfer around 0.2 second for this one. And now we should go ahead and design this submenu link hover span. We can copy this one. We have got span element, and we can paste. We can write down dot quote hover for this one, and open the set for this hover. We can select its transform. Should be translated to X around 5 pixel for this one. And we have got the span for we can select code hover for p tag element. Open the set. For this p tag we can select is font size. Font weight should be around 800 for this font size, and we can go ahead. Now we should design the body of this page, and we can format this body and its background color and its margin padding. We have got the body element for this one. We can copy this one and come to the CSS file for this. Should write the body element. Open the set for transition. We can select transition should be this 0.2 second for this one, and margin space should be 0, and its padding space should be 0 as well. And the background color, for background color we can select its background color, this color for this RGB color. So you can see this design. Hello guys, welcome back. Now we're going to make a light and dark page for our website page. For this one we have got this menu bar, this web page, and now inside this page we just make a dark and light page for creating such a dark and light page. For this one we can add this header element. For this one we have got header element, and inside this header we just make a div, a switch, and the second inside this switch we should create a flicker, and we should make a phone button, moon button. Should be a moon, should be light inside this header element. So for this we should write down dot switch, and inside this switch button we should make a flicker button and moon button. For this one we should write the first button by the name of flicker, body name. For this one we can write down dot flicker. The second one, we should make a second button by the name of moon, like this. These two buttons, we should go ahead inside HTML and JavaScript page. For this one, we should go ahead inside at the first we should make a script for this one. Under this script we can write down this script by the name of this script should be called to script.js. For this one we should make the element by the name of script. Inside this div script we should write class is equal script .js, and inside this one we can write down const switch element equal document dot query selector. Inside the bracket, inside the quotation, we can write down, we can copy this one and switch, and can paste inside the quotation. So I should go ahead and write down switch element dot add event listener inside the bracket. Inside the quotation we can write down click. I've got the click, copy comma and open the bracket, open the set. Inside the set we can write down at the before the set should be, this one should be equal like this one. We can enter. So now we should write down document dot body dot class list dot toggle, open the bracket. Inside the quotation we can write down dark. This button should be changed to dark button for this one. So now we should go ahead inside the CSS file and format this button with CSS file. So we should go ahead there. And now before this we should formatting this, we should go ahead inside the script.js. Inside script.js we can write down const switch element equal document dot query selector. Inside the bracket we can write down dot switch for this one. And now should enter, and we can write down inside this switch element dot add event list listener. Inside the bracket we can write down click, and after that we can open the set for this one. Before this we should make a bracket. After that it should be equal like this, and then open the set. Inside the set we should write down document dot body dot class list dot toggle open the bracket and write down dark for this one. And now we should go ahead inside the style.css and should design this dark button and bold button is switch button by CSS file. So we have got switch for this one. You can copy and now you can paste, open the set. Inside the for weight you can select 80 pixel for this one, and height should be 40 pixel for this switch. Border for this should be 20 pixel. Select and background color for this one RGB color. On the set we can select this color, and position should be relative. So go ahead there. We have got dot for flicker, then width should be this, height should be this pixel, border should be 15%, background color should be this one, position should be absolute, top space and left space this one, and box shadow should be this color for this one. We can go ahead and can design that dark dot flicker for this one. We can write down dark dot flicker this one. Open the set. For moon we have got moon for this attribute. We can copy and we can paste. Weight should be this one, and height should be this pixel, border should be 10 pixel, and box shadow should be this color, and position should be absolute, and top space and left space should be this pixel. And I've got dot flicker, and I've got dot dark for this one. We can write down dot dark at the end, and can stop and set for this one. We can